The recent outbreak of Lassa fever in Nigeria, which was first reported in December 2016, is one too many and has spread to 17 states so far. Over 500 cases, which include over 100 deaths. The World Health Organization records that since November 2015, Nigeria, Benin, Sierra Leone, Liberia and Togo have reported more than 300 cases of Lassa fever and 167 deaths. Unfortunately, Nigeria accounts for majority of the cases, with about 266 cases and 138 deaths reported in 22 of the country's 36 states as at 21st of March 2016. Benin has recorded 51 cases and 25 deaths. Togo and Sierra Leone each reported 2 cases. More recently, since February, Liberia has reported 7 confirmed cases, including 3 deaths. Now, talking about Nigeria, the country has gone through the cycle many times. In fact, since 1969, when the disease was first reported in LASSA in Borno State. One would have thought that 48 years later, the country would have developed a system or a lifestyle that would have put Lassa fever in its path. But unfortunately, this has not been the case. That's why this episode of Big Story X-rays Lassa fever and how to rid Nigeria of the disease. I'm Ini John Mekwa. You're welcome. A common definition shows that Lassa fever is an acute viral hemorrhagic illness. Lassa is a virus which is endemic in the rodent population in parts of West Africa. The fever is transmitted to humans via contact with food or household items contaminated with rodent urine or feces. The virus causes outbreak almost every year in different parts of the region, with yearly peaks observed between December and June.
As we know, Lassa fever disease is transmitted from rodents to human beings. And this period of the year, you have a lot of contact with rodents, probably because bush burning and rodents are displayed and they move into households. And then we remember that these pathogens, that is the virus, naturally occurs in these rodents, and it's asymptomatic, that is, it shows no symptoms in them. So we wouldn't know which rodent is harboring this virus or not until when there is contact with human beings and the man starts showing the symptoms. Even in certain cases, usually the virus is shared in the excreta, the urine, and the feces of the rodents. So, or when the rodents get in touch with human food items like the grains, and it excretes there, and some of these, when they even dry up, through inhalation, a man can get this virus, or by ingestion of these contaminated food items. Another way is human-to-human transmission. Somebody who has already contracted it can still transmit it to other people because it is in the blood secretions.
Health experts ask Nigerians to be more conscious during the period of outbreaks because early detection allows lives to be saved.
And then when you place it off.
Sometimes it's symptomless. In fact, in most cases, it may be symptomless. And then when you have symptoms, you have a lot of symptoms that may mimic simple malaria or that may mimic typhoid fever. But when when you use treatment, it doesn't go, then you know that maybe this is not. So, but in typically very high-grade fever, so fever exceeding 38.3 degrees centigrade, not responding, when you begin to have difficulty with swallowing and the person begins to spit, or you begin to see bleeding, then in that case it's getting quite serious. Those are the symptoms that you will see with Lassa fever.
Overall, the current risk assessment for Lassa fever outbreak in Nigeria shows a declining trend of the outbreaks, although states like Nasarawa, Ondo, Cross River and even Lagos have unfortunate stories.
Apart from the 2 who died, there were the index cases. Nobody has died again. The 3 other cases that were detected based on contact, at least I'm told that one of them is certified okay right now. because she's tested negative now based on treatment. The remaining 2 are doing very well. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just awaiting the results of their lab work. That I think everything will be declared fit and okay. We've also emphasized again with our health workers the need for them to really take the normal basic precautions when dealing with suspected infectious diseases. What happened? Well, nobody suspected it would have been the case of Lassa fever because it was a case that was referred for something totally different. And the cause of the person not responding to appropriate treatment, that other things were looked into before it was discovered. And because of that, again, we had to extend our net to get all the possible contacts with those cases. And so far, we don't have any new cases. We don't have any new contact now.